Hello and welcome to What the Football. It's been a while, so we're going to ask a single question today. Pogba or Mourinho?
Pogba.
And that's the end for people who don't have time. For anyone who has time, we will now talk about it. Why? The reality behind the situation is Pogba and Mourinho supposedly had a fallout. They then disagreed, said that's not true, and then it went back and forth, and then you saw rumours coming out that Pogba's been dropped as vice captain. He was linked with Barcelona, back and forth, and the the last piece to this puzzle was a video came out of the Man United training ground where Pogba walks on, fist bumping a few players, jolly, ready to train, ready in the set mind. And obviously we don't know what Mourinho says, but Mourinho says, and he kind of gives this mucky look at him, which kind of says the relationship between the two has kind of just fallen apart. Now it kind of creates the idea, as a Manchester United fan, and we're lucky to have one at our disposal, would you rather keep Pogba or Mourinho at Man United?
There's a few ways to answer this.
All right.
I think I was talking about this in work today with someone, and as a football fan, you don't really want players disrespecting the manager.
No.
I think you should have your manager's back regardless, and that's why. And he come out and said that he's taken vice captaincy off him now after the Derby game. He said he's not going to be vice captain. But because he come out and he said it almost disagreed with the way that we played football. And if you're the vice captain, you should have the manager's back. And I agree. I don't think there's enough room for his ego in our team.
Yeah.
And if it was Sir Alex Ferguson, he'd be out the door. We wouldn't even see him play.
Well, it happened. Hence why he went to Juventus.
Which is why I went to Juve. But he wouldn't play. Like, there's a debate now whether he's going to play against West Ham. I think he will. Yeah. But if it was Fergie, there'd be no way. He'd be training with the under-23s right now. However, from a footballing perspective, as a United fan, who would have rather lose?
Yeah.
The way that we're playing football at the moment, we could afford to probably lose Mourinho and get someone else. I think Pogba's harder to replace than Mourinho is.
Do you think Man United has actually evolved or developed whatsoever since the likes of David Moyes, I forgot his name, the Dutchman, Louis van Gaal, and since the likes of them, has Man United actually been any different under Mourinho?
Well, I think we have, but I think that's because of the players that we've signed. I think Mourinho as a name could bring in world-class talent that Moyes certainly couldn't.
Yeah. And
Louis van Gaal struggled to bring in. I mean, we signed like Martial, but he was only a youngster at the time. I don't think we'd ever have signed Pogba and Lukaku if David Moyes or Louis van Gaal had been in charge.
Well, based on that, would you not want to keep Mourinho to carry on bringing the big players in?
Well, I was reading something on Sky today where it was saying about Jose Mourinho, about the way that he approaches football, whether his era is over. And I think it's quite a good question. I think that football's sort of caught up to the way that he was before his time, as you would with how he played football, and I think that might have caught up to him now, and I don't think he's gone forward with that. So in this week we played against Wolves and Derby.
Yeah.
Poor results against them both draws in 90 minutes, and then we lost to Derby on penalties. Both are managed by two people who were former players under Mourinho. So Nuno at Wolves played for him at Porto, and Frank Lampard obviously at Chelsea. And I think they've both learnt from what he's taught them, but gone further and developed in the way that they played and into a nice attacking football. And I've always said that I never liked the way Mourinho played football, but as long as we get results, I don't care.
Well, it's the same with any fan. You wouldn't care if your team played well or not.
I could have watched Arsenal under Arsene Wenger for the last 5 years because at least played nice football. It might not have won anything, but I can take not winning as long as my team's playing good football. And we haven't played good football since Fergie left. We definitely didn't play under Moyes. Van Gaal was shocking, and we looked good up until after the first 5 games last season, and it's all of a sudden just turned negative. And we're smashing people 4-0 at the start of last season every game.
Previously, you had players who would, as they get older, obviously, most players tend to lose their ability because football's developed so much to the point that their abilities are no longer maybe the style of football is required for that.
Yeah.
Would you say that happens with managers more than what it used to? If you, as a manager, you're refusing to develop?
Yeah, I think the game is just developing quicker.
Arsene Wenger refused to change his style of football, and when he tried to adapt, it didn't work, hence the reason why he left. Mourinho still played the same 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3, as he sometimes shows, and a counter-attacking style of football not working out,
But there's no attacking football. We can't penetrate teams. We can't counter-attack because we can't attack. That's the problem we've got is we can't score enough goals. If you look at City, the reason City can score 5 goals a game is because they create 20 chances a game. United, realistically, 5 chances a game.
Yeah.
Like we don't get past the team's defence enough. We always seem to be shooting from in front of the back 4. We're never in behind. Like City create 3 opportunities a game where, right, they might miss, but there's a tap-in. And we don't do that.
I think
the only time we do that is when we have Jesse Lingard on the pitch because he makes those runs, or at the moment, Martial because he's willing to try and take someone on.
Yeah.
And otherwise, we just pass in front of the back 4.
Alright, so, to round it up, I know you've already answered it, but just to finalise on it. Mourinho or Pogba, and in very simple sentence, why?
For the sake of football, I'd say Mourinho. For the sake of United, I'm going to say Pogba.
You as an individual, though?
I'd keep Pogba.
Well, you've heard it. Pogba over Mourinho. So, it's an interesting point. Let us know what you guys think. Thank you for joining this week, and have a good night.